In his desire to unite the province of British Columbia with the rest of Canada, Canada's first Prime Minister, Sir John A. Macdonald, presented the national policy. This policy called for high tariffs, increased immigration to the west, and the development of the Canadian Pacific Railway's transcontinental line. Once he was elected, he put the national policy into action and gave the project to the CPR. The CPR promised the government that they would complete this project by the year 1891, but they actually finished 6 years earlier than expected in 1885. The CPR made the final terminus in Port Moody, which is seen today as the Port Moody Station Museum. Alas, Port Moody did not remain the final terminus for long, and the CPR quickly expanded another 14 miles into Vancouver, where the true final spike was driven into the ground at Craigellachie. At this point, the CPR railway was finally complete, and the first transcontinental train was able to make its way into Vancouver on May 23, 1887. This would allow for the expansion of the small frontier city into a booming metropolis. The CPR expanded its own reach and built facilities for Vancouver like the Vancouver Hotel and the Vancouver Opera House. The industry of the CPR and the boom of Vancouver would require many newcomers. The CPR managed to cushion itself against many economic setbacks and had over 100 years of service. The CPR was able to diversify itself, no better evidence than by how False Creek was transformed by the CPR.
The CPR was given land rights in what would become Vancouver, including the area of False Creek, in exchange for the extension of the CPR's mainline to Vancouver. With CPR surveys underway, the clearing of the landscape of squatters, the building of new tracks, False Creek changed rapidly. The CPR wielded a lot of power in the future of Vancouver and False Creek, as it was the largest employer of the city and had large land rights. Transportation links were an important part of the growing CPR influence within the city. The Kitsilano Trestle, 1898, was built by the CPR. The railway clashed against the city's opinion, as there wasn't popular support of the trestle, since it shut off the creek from ships and steamers who could not fit underneath. This restriction allowed the CPR to continue their control and presence in the area. There was a growth of sawmills and shipbuilding in False Creek. By bringing in workers and supplies, the CPR could continue to work and flourish in False Creek until the Depression led to its diminishment. Van Horn, the CPR president, advocated for filling up False Creek. The area would be filled in slowly, and a big project by Canadian Northern Railway in 1910 would fill up the northeastern side of False Creek, where they would build Pacific Central Station that still stands today. Although some citizens opposed this act, it was carried out and the flats were filled in. This revived the CPR's plans of filling in the flats from their early days within the area. The area of False Creek had always been viewed as an industrial hub of the city. In 1968, the industrial designation was formally lifted. The CPR slowly removed its presence from False Creek. Gone are the busy tracks, sawmills, and the Kitsilano Trestle that line the area. The CPR left a lasting impact on the land because of its long-standing hold on False Creek and forcing the land to fit the company's own needs.